Welcome to day one of the Annapolis Yacht Club 321 Invitational Regatta. I'm Ashley Love from T2P TV, and today we have quite a wild ride in store for you. 8 yacht clubs from around the country, Texas to California to Rhode Island, send 6 team members to Annapolis, Maryland for the triathlon of sailing. Here's how this works. All 6 team members are on J105's match racing, or 1v1. 3v3 has 2 crew members on 3 boats. And this discipline here, 2v2, which has 3 crew members on each boat. The team race course is a port box, and it ends up being kind of like 2 match races in one. One pair on the left side of this course right now, one pair on the right. This is San Diego Yacht Club in black versus the Annapolis Yacht Club in orange.
So tell me, Ashley, with 2-on-2, how does the scoring work, since you could actually tie?
You can tie on points, but whoever finishes in 4th place, that team loses. So the play is always behind you. AJ Ryder and Andy Ryder, brothers from the San Diego Yacht Club, in black, trying to control this Mark 1 rounding. The Annapolis Yacht Club has a 3-4 right now to be all on downwind to try and gain back position.
So nobody's in a giant hurry to get ahead.
Around Mark 2, there will be no spinnakers, so it's all winging. Look for the Annapolis boats to double team and try and take some wind from behind.
Ashley, somebody's got to help out number 8.
Right. Black has a great inside advantage here. Annapolis Yacht Club going to have trouble making anything happen on this leg. In this big breeze, having 3 people to do all of the controls, definitely helping. Bow 13 doing a great job keeping Annapolis Yacht Club. Oh! AYC gets a slight overlap on the inside of 13. Is that going to give him some hope on this last upwind leg? 13 tries to throw in a luff on bow number 8. And the first boat is going to have to come back and help 13. Meanwhile, the other Annapolis Yacht Club boat, out of frame, sails free. 7 sailing free, gains starboard advantage and mixes it back up right before the finish line. 13 trying to sail underneath, but Black is now in trouble. Remember, the boat that finishes in 4th loses. 12 has to try and slow down 8, but won't be able to. And in turn of events, Annapolis Yacht Club makes the magic happen on leg number 4. Brady Stagg and Fletcher Sims were the skippers for that last win. Now we move over to the match racing course with the J105's Newport Harbor Yacht Club with Brian Bissell driving. Coming right towards us, New York Yacht Club with Josh Jahota, the team captain, behind. The J22s are owned by the Annapolis Yacht Club. The J105s are graciously lent by private owners, the 105 fleet being very prevalent here in Annapolis. Santa's Reindeer has Donald Santa aboard, the owner, and Rum Puppy has Kevin Fitzgerald, the owner, aboard as a 7th hand, not involved whatsoever. Split start. New York Yacht Club heading off to the left side of the course, and Newport Harbor having trouble making it over the boat, but in this much breeze with this much momentum, should be fine. They're going to tack and keep starboard card. A pin end start gave an early advantage to the New York Yacht Club, but superior boat handling has Newport Harbor back in the lead near the first top mark. Match racers have their own separate race course so that they can do windward lewards, starboard roundings, the leeward gate.
And no spinnakers, right?
No spinnakers. It has been deemed too windy, so the angles will be much lower downwind. advantage to Santa's Reindeer to catch up.
Still close.
Yes, New York Yacht Club is the reigning champ from last year. They finished second 2 years ago and won this first event. So they are definitely ones to look out for. Ooh, New York Yacht Club with their wing move does get an overlap to leeward. They're both gonna have to jibe to get around this upcoming gate, and it is upcoming. It is happening right now. Dahota is just gonna hold them out.
I think you'll be going upwind to go around the leeward mark.
Yeah, I do. You are absolutely right. They are sailing back upwind to get to these marks. The question is, did the New York Yacht Club untie that string correctly to make this a legal rounding? Newport Harbor did flag that, but the umpire said you can round the gate that way. So New York Yacht Club has about a 7 boat length lead. New York Yacht Club is going to cross the finish line, but this just in from the umpires, you can't round the leeward gate that way. So New York Yacht Club will have to retire from this race. That gives a win to Newport Harbor Yacht Club. The 3v3 division. 2 people on 3 boats per team. Ida Lewis Yacht Club is sailing red, Texas Corinthian in black. With a very pin end favor, Texas Corinthian has a nice advantage winning the pin. Around mark 1 and 2, Texas Corinthian with Ford, Macy, and Marshall McCann, rounding at a 1-2-6, 1 and 2, spreading out to keep their advantage. Texas Corinthian maintains their 1-2, but as we learned in the last team race, there's still a lot of race course left to go. Nothing has changed. Texas Corinthian wins the 3v3 with a 1-2 combination. We move back over to the J105s, where the Spinnakers are back in play. Blue flag on the Annapolis Yacht Club. They entered a little bit too early, so they'll carry that penalty into the start. They are facing St. Francis Yacht Club on Rum Puppy, yellow flag, entering from starboard. Annapolis Yacht Club starts to leeward. St. Francis, driven by Sam White, starts to windward. Blue flag is now ahead with some superior boat handling and keeping the boat flat in this big breeze, but they are still carrying that penalty. Seth Mininger up on the bow for the Annapolis Yacht Club. AJ Libby on mast, ringing that bell. At the leeward mark, Annapolis Yacht Club only has maybe a 2 boat length lead. It is still quite a lot of breeze, so both crews opted for a nice early, safe drop. Second time around the top mark, and they do have a lead, but they still have a penalty. They are not going to shed it here, though. Kite going up.
I think I would have been tempted.
Yeah, all they had to do was throw an attack up here, but now their option will be to get enough of a lead to do a spin at the finish line. In match racing, you don't have to do a 360, you just have to either tack on a downwind leg or jibe on an upwind leg. So sometimes teams choose to do it right at the finish line so that they don't have to re-hoist their kite. But Rum Puppy has jibed to get to the favored end. He's at the other end. Rum Puppy is going to win this race at the boat. St. Francis Yacht Club. With 19 races under our belt, St. Francis Yacht Club leads the way with 4 wins and 1 loss. In this race, we join a 2v2, 3 people aboard 2 boats per team. Newport Harbor and San Francisco Yacht Club, who are tied on points. Newport Harbor in orange, San Francisco taking the left end in green. San Francisco has Jeff Madrigali, aka Madro, and Gavin O'Hare driving. And Newport Harbor has Brian Bissell and Caleb Silsby, their team captain. In the 2v2, whoever is in last is losing the race, and 8 gets a piece of 13 to pin them out. 7 now approaching the top mark. 13 getting in there. Ooh, they might get flagged for that. 12, they tack back before Mark 2 on port, face the fleet, and got a foul. So they are doing a double spin. The race goes on without them. They're in a 3-4 now. San Francisco, Madro has gotten himself low and fast, has a piece of Newport Harbor on the outside. This race is not over. Oh, on leg 3, bow 8 gets a piece of 13 to get their teammate 7 ahead of all of them. Excellent pass back. But 8 just wants to keep making sure, I guess, that 13 doesn't get an overlap to the next mark. Meanwhile, bow 12 has caught back up to the race. So Newport Harbor does manage to pull off the 1-2. Congrats to them. Back to the 3v3. Texas Corinthian in black and the New York Yacht Club in red have about 10 seconds to go. Oh, that is very, very close. Yeah, they decided they were a little bit over there. Texas Corinthian with 3 clean starts own all 3 of their pairs on this first upwind. Texas Corinthian with the black sails, round mark 2 with a 1-2-3. Boat 5 making sure 3 is as bumped as possible. It's their job to give his own 1 and 2 plenty of breathing room. Texas Corinthian goes 1-2-3 with Macy McCann leading the way. Moving back over to match racing, San Diego is racing San Francisco, and San Diego is in yellow, entering from starboard. If San Diego can win this race, they will move into the lead for the event. If they lose, they tie St. Francis. The Battle of the Californians. San Francisco starting to leeward, and San Diego has a quite strong starboard card to windward. San Diego's AJ Ryder manages to keep Jeff Madrigali from San Francisco Yacht Club on the outside and has a beautiful set. Close port starboard, but it was green flagged. One more jibe for San Diego. San Francisco is on starboard doing an early drop. Both of them want a left turn. It's slightly favored. Nope, San Diego's gonna have to do a right turn. Split gate, this is dead even. The right side pays off. San Francisco in the lead. After that pushed last drop, both boats are having a bit of an issue, but San Francisco gets it sorted out first. Big gusts are still racing down this racetrack.
Got a comfortable lead though.
Yes.
Come that.
The win goes to San Francisco, so San Diego is now tied with St. Francis. Speaking of St. Francis, they are on the line for another 3v3 in black with Ida Lewis Yacht Club in red. Big shout out to Cole Alsop and John Howell for coming up with this crazy, crazy idea of doing 3-2-1. It is so unique and loved by sailors. We are seeing puffs well into the 20s, which is favoring the heavier teams, but Ida Lewis and St. Francis are amongst the lightest teams out here. St. Francis skippers Sam White, Ty Ingram, and Sam Reynolds. They are still in a strong 1-2 and split into a high-low. Very hard to chase down. St. Francis, used to these big wins, wraps up another 3v3 in a 1-2. That gives St. Francis some more valuable points and moves them back into the lead, but really this is a regatta between everyone. There's going to be no racing tomorrow because of Princess Ophelia moving off the East Coast. So join us again on Sunday for day 2, what will end up being day 2 of the Annapolis Yacht Club 3-2-1 Invitational Regatta for T2P TV. I'm Ashley Love, and joining me behind those scenes, our producer, Bruce Nairn.